Hello, Health First Heroes. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about alcohol's toxic effects on sleep. Let's get started. So I've seen lots of videos pop up, and I have some health coach friends that have mentioned this recently on their Instagram reels and talking about how toxic alcohol is and what to do about that. So as an introduction to this, a little orientation. So alcohol is handled by our livers, of course, and if you're bombarding your liver constantly, as in you get off work, you want to relax, and you hit the cab, right? You go get a glass of wine 5, 6, 7 days a week. That's constantly bombarding your liver with something to do other than what it should be doing, which is breaking down fats and removing other toxins that are a part of your environment, etc. So your liver actually can't do all these things at once as well if it has to deal with alcohol every single day. So this is some of the communication that I've seen come through. So I started to do some research and figure out how much of an issue this is. You know, there's a lot of links to alcohol and cancer and things like that. So where do we draw the line? Because the thing that I hate the most is when you hear medical professionals say, oh, drink in moderation, you know, balanced diet, moderation. How many ounces is moderation? I don't know what that means. What's a balanced diet? Like, what's balanced about it? Am I balancing on a tray? Or what are you talking about? So I hate the unspecificity that's associated with this stuff. So I was able to dig into a few different videos and listen to researchers and doctors talk about what that actually means. So here are the action items. And this is probably the best advice that I started implementing in my own life with wine, because I was typically doing 5 to 7 drinks a week, almost every day. And just part of the typical routine. It's so easy for us to program our brains to get into a habit and a routine. And I definitely had to correct course on this one a little bit. And because I want my liver doing the things it's supposed to be doing, so I want to feed it good things like, you know, the blueberries and kale and all those cruciferous vegetables, and let it do its thing without having to deal with toxins all the time. Anything from the lotion and cosmetics and deodorant that you use, your liver, if it has toxins in that stuff, you know, shampoos, conditioners, your liver has to deal with those as well. So it processes all that stuff. And the last thing that it needs is a bunch of alcohol dumped on it 7 days a week. So here are the changes that I made to help combat this. The first one was to drink 1 serving, 6 ounces of wine in my case, of good alcohol, good wine versus box wine. So that was kind of the default method is, oh, got to have wine on hand, so we do box wine. That way I can have something to drink 7 days a week. Well, I'm slowly shifting to kicking that to the curb and getting really good alcohol, you know, something crazy like $15 a bottle or $20 a bottle, getting really, really good wine, and only doing that one serving once to 3 times per week maximum. And then I typically, I'm trying to do maybe once or twice a month. For the whole month, do maybe 2 servings, like go crazy. So that's been a huge shift. The second thing that I did, like I mentioned, you know, doing 2 servings once per month, something like that. And then don't drink it with food. So your body is actually processing the food. It's getting all the nutrients. I typically would have wine with a meal, super standard. I'm trying to separate that out and make the wine more of a focused experience in and of itself. So letting my body deal with the food, get those nutrients, and then make alcohol something else. With regard to making an experience, what I've done, there was a really great thing that I was able to do with some colleagues years ago, and that was to have like a hot yoga session or regular yoga session, and then do chocolate and wine together. But doing yoga, chocolate, and wine kind of makes it an experience. So rather than making wine just part of your routine, as you know, as easy as clock out, change into after work clothes and grab some wine, make it more intentional. So getting good wine, and then I love, like Trader Joe's has some fantastic dark organic chocolate. So get some good chocolate and then pair that with some really good wine and just kind of make that an experience for the evening a couple times a week. That's taken maybe just about 10 days or so for me to shift that routine and get out of the daily boxed wine and make it more of an experience. The next thing that I do is I don't drink too close to bedtime. And the chemicals, I guess, that are in alcohol, as your liver breaks them down, they really, really impact negatively your REM sleep. So I have some reference material in show notes that I can put in the description, and you can go to healthfirstheroes.com to download all the show notes here. But needless to say, drinking before bed, obviously it can make you tired, which makes you feel like you sleep better. But until your body and your liver can process all of those toxins, you're actually going to get really, really poor quality sleep. So that's another thing to consider. And this became really, really apparent. Like I mentioned in other videos, I have an 11-month-old, and when new mothers who are nursing, they actually have to, if they're going to consume alcohol, they have to test, or they should test their breast milk to make sure that there's no alcohol present in the breast milk before they breastfeed. So if you have a drink, the standard guidance is to let 2 to 3 hours pass before you breastfeed, if you for some reason don't have one of the test strips or something like that. It takes a few hours for your body to process that alcohol, not surprising there, but that's the kind of general rule that I have, is if I'm having 1 or 2 servings of alcohol, I need to keep in mind, almost how a new mother would, how much time is going to pass before my body is able to process these toxins so that I can get good sleep. I try to end my drinking, whatever I'm doing, a couple hours before bedtime. That you can see where we've got to have our, I've talked about fasting before, so my fast window is typically from 12 noon to about 5 p.m. And then if we want to do wine about 6 o'clock or 6:30, wine can happen from 6:30 to 8:30, and then bedtime would be 10 o'clock, 10:30, something like that. So you can see how we've got these intentional, dedicated time spaces versus before, a couple months ago, I might have drank from 4 o'clock all the way to 10 o'clock box wine. And so I'm trying to reverse that and change direction on that. So let me know what you think about this process, as I've kind of shifted gears and focused on better wine more intentionally. And let me know in the comments below what you do, the favorite wines that you drink on a weekly basis. And if this is something you've already implemented in your life, let me know how that process actually felt to you, to go from drinking 5 to 7 drinks a week to actually more intentional 1 to 3 drinks a week. Did you lose weight? Do you feel better? Do you have more energy? Do you sleep better? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you love this episode and this kind of content, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.